There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide. Will they be ruled by the chaos of the world, or will they rule the space within themselves? To act as if nothing bothers you is not to pretend you feel no pain. It is to master the strength not to be moved by every wind of adversity. It is to anchor yourself so deeply in principle that even when storms rage, you remain grounded. This is not arrogance, it is not numbness, it is discipline of the highest order. Because anyone can shout when provoked, but it takes true power to remain still. To live this way is to understand that peace is not something you find, it is something you carry. When you carry peace, you do not trade it for every insult, every rumor, every challenge. You do not chase down every injustice with noise. You move with quiet certainty, knowing that your strength lies not in being loud, but in being unshaken. When the world throws its doubts at you, you meet them with silence, not weakness, but confidence in your truth. You no longer seek to prove your worth to anyone. You no longer beg to be understood. You understand yourself, and that is enough. You become careful with your energy. You stop bleeding attention on what does not grow you. You no longer allow small people to pull you into small battles. You walk away, not because you are afraid, but because you have learned that every step in the wrong direction delays your purpose. You preserve your fire for the work that matters. You protect your mission like sacred ground, knowing that dignity cannot live in chaos. What used to provoke you now teaches you. What once hurt you now strengthens you. You are no longer reactive, you are rooted. So learn to act as if nothing bothers you, not because nothing does, but because you have built the strength to choose your response. Let the world speak, let others doubt, let the noise rise. You do not need to answer every echo. You are not here to chase shadows. You are here to move forward, in silence if necessary, with resolve, with honor, and with unshakable inner calm. That is the true mark of a leader. That is the quiet victory of the soul. You respond, not react. There is a difference, a profound one, between reacting out of emotion and responding from a place of clarity. When you react, you are a prisoner to the moment. You allow your emotions to drive your words, your tone, and your choices, often without pause or reflection. A sharp comment, a criticism, a moment of discomfort, and suddenly your peace is shattered. Reaction is instinctive, but often regrettable. It is fast, loud, and uncontrolled. When you learn to respond instead, you step into a higher form of strength. You create space between stimulus and response, a pause where you assess, breathe, and decide who you want to be in that moment. You understand that not every situation requires your outrage, and not every insult deserves your energy. This is emotional maturity. This is leadership of the self. To respond is to reclaim your power. The power to choose calm over chaos, grace over impulsiveness, wisdom over pride. You no longer allow external forces to pull you into their storm. Instead, you invite others into your calm. This form of self-governance is not weakness, it is mastery. You stay grounded when others try to unbalance you. You remain composed when others expect you to crack, and in doing so, you not only protect your peace, but you influence others by example. People come to see you not as someone easily stirred, but as someone anchored in depth and self-control. Your ability to respond, measured, thoughtful, and firm, becomes your quiet strength in a noisy world. It is not that you don't feel the heat, it's that you've learned not to burn. You keep your focus under fire. When distractions roar and criticism rains down like arrows, the easy path is to falter, to question yourself, to stray from your purpose. But true strength is revealed not when the path is smooth, but when it is marked by resistance. To keep your focus under fire means you have trained your mind to see beyond the noise, to look past the opinions, the rumors, the failures. You are not shaken by the heat of the moment because your vision burns brighter than the flames around you. Focus becomes your shield. It is not that you do not hear the doubters. It's that their voices cannot overpower the one inside you that says, keep going. You understand that staying the course when it's difficult is what separates the ordinary from the exception. Staying focused while under fire requires more than mental discipline. It requires emotional maturity and spiritual grounding. It is knowing that the chaos surrounding you is temporary, but your mission is eternal. It is resisting the urge to prove others wrong in favor of proving yourself right over and over again by continuing forward with dignity. You don't allow pettiness to distract you. You don't waste energy responding to those who try to throw you off your path. Instead, you walk through the fire with your head held high, knowing that distraction is the enemy of greatness. And when others wonder how you kept moving despite the pressure, despite the noise, you smile, not out of arrogance, but because you made a decision long ago to be unshakable in your focus and unyielding in your purpose. You stay committed regardless of chaos. In a world that shifts without warning, where the winds of conflict, failure, and fear blow against even the strongest walls, commitment becomes a rare and powerful form of courage. To stay committed in the midst of chaos is not to ignore the turbulence. It is to stand tall in spite of it. While others lose themselves in the noise, chasing the comfort of escape, you hold the line. You remind yourself why you started. You know that purpose must not depend on how you feel today or on the mood of the world around you. Chaos tests your vision. It tries to break your rhythm, shake your values, and cloud your direction. But you remain unmoved. You walk forward, even if your steps are slower, even if your path is harder, because you've already decided quitting is not your story. This kind of commitment doesn't scream for attention. It shows up silently every day in your willingness to keep going when things make no sense. While others panic, you plan. While they surrender to disorder, you plant seeds of stability. You become the calm in the storm, not because the storm is over, but because you refuse to let it enter your spirit. The world might burn around you, but you carry a steady flame within you, one that refuses to go out. Your commitment is not built on convenience or applause. It is built on discipline, values, and an unshakable belief in where you are headed. And though the chaos may rage on, it cannot touch what you built inside. That's how legacies are formed. Not when everything is easy, but when everything is against you and you keep showing up anyway.